You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you could say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
There's a video going viral right now of a man in the US openly glorifying fascism. Lost his job and now he's crying about cancel culture. Let's be clear, this isn't about someone expressing a controversial opinion. This is a man praising fascism and defending one of the most violent ideologies in human history. He glorifies Franco, for God's sake. And as a lawyer from Austria, which is where Hitler came from, I needed not only to take a stance against this, I needed to tell you guys, tell the world, that in Austria, my country, he won't just lose his job, he won't be able to do this, he would be criminally persecuted, and honestly, rightfully so. But let's take a glance into what he said.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
No, I didn't ask about deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he
Franco.
come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class, could be someone
who picks the autocrat?
Frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings
So
were
isn't
paid.
that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that state.
And then no more votes afterwards?
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills, because that's the whole thing.
How do you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes
supporters.
this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a fan of the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at
I didn't
all.
say that. I didn't actually say that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
what about the persecution of the Jews?
He doesn't care, and that's the problem. He would have to care if he would be over here.
What about the persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution and stuff like that, which is bad.
For that sentence, him thinking that there was just a little bit of persecution, he would be in jail. So let's talk about Austrian laws. Austria was annexed by Nazi Germany in 1938. We know what fascism leads to: mass murder, war and genocide. So after World War II, Austria passed one of the strongest anti-fascist laws in the world. The Verbotsgesetz, literally the Prohibition Act. It doesn't just ban the Nazi party, it prohibits any attempt to revive National Socialism through speech, symbols, organizations, or propaganda. Under this law, it is a criminal offense to promote Nazi ideology, deny or downplay Nazi crimes, which is what he did, use Nazi symbols publicly, belong to neo-Nazi organizations. Let's see what else he's saying.
Millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
No, clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat cats.
Are you
They
in favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not.
You mentioned Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only killed combatants. Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, he only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The White Terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill people.
You just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi and being a Nazi
is mutual,
and being a Nazi means upholding human dignity, because I even believe in your dignity. I don't in a state that I was running. I wouldn't want to hurt you or anything like that. But quite frankly,
I don't debate that.
If he would have said that here, he may have gone to jail, but at least he would have been convicted. You might be wondering, this is what this video is about, doesn't this violate free speech? Here's the thing. Austria protects democracy by setting limits. We draw a hard line between opinion and incitement. You can criticize the government, you can criticize Austrian laws, you can speak your mind, that's totally okay, but you can't glorify a regime responsible for millions of deaths. We learned the hard way that allowing fascist propaganda to spread unchecked is how societies collapse. So that guy doesn't only talk about fascism like it's some edgy political opinion, he praises authoritarianism and he flirts with Nazi aesthetics. In Austria, that's not edgy, that's criminal, and frankly, it should be, in my opinion. When someone knowingly celebrates a genocidal ideology that's not just bad taste or an edgy opinion or a hot take, that's a direct threat to human dignity, to minorities, to democracy itself. So here's my honest question to you guys. Wherever you're watching from, do you think losing a job is enough for this guy? Or should there be legal accountability when someone openly glorifies fascism? In Austria, we believe in never again, and sometimes that means saying, no, you don't get to promote hate and walk away free. So I have this stance because I was raised here in Austria, and maybe you're watching this as an American and maybe you have a total different stance because freedom of speech is super important to you. And I do respect the American Constitution and American laws, but in this case, as an Austrian, I hope you will forgive me that I agree with Austria's laws. Let me know in the comments, which approach do you agree with, Austria's or America's? I usually try to end my videos with a positive note, but I'm a bit angry.